So to get things started off pretty quick, there are some things that I recently ordered that just came in the mail today. And in short order fashion, the pull strip on this recycle-like cardboard box did not turn out too well. And it didn't turn out how it was supposed to. But anyway, that is the mailer is a whole different matter for a fire pit later. But I've got a couple different things in here. So I'd been looking at like the Mangoapple like upgrades. If you remember from a while ago when I did like the Wi-Fi pineapple cloner video, it's been a long time since I did that. I had this thing, my Mango, and it was kind of one I set up with Wi-Fi pineapple cloner, but now I've since picked up this cool USB hub for like $5, but these add more cool stuff to the Mango because of that one USB part. I can take a USB adapter with an antenna like this and plug it in. So both of these, I looked for the chip that is compatible. I'll kind of like pull up the GitHub in a sec, but this should hopefully have a chip that's compatible with the open WRT and what all. Nipeel USB adapter. Let me see. If we look on the packaging here, it's not that helpful to bring it up. This is okay, whatever. Hopefully it has the right chip in it. We can check in LSUSB basically for the most part. So can I get this open, please? It came with a disc for drivers. Not that I'm going to need those, really. I don't know why you distribute drivers on discs still, but apparently these guys did. So there's our antenna. There's our cool USB dipter adapter. So grainy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so our disc that's kind of worthless, our little cool Guido thingo. Dear customer, we love you so much. Okay, the other one, I could have gotten the same exact one as this one, but I decided not to do that because of the potential that I have with the other option that I saw coming up when I was looking for dual band. So it's supposed to support 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. And I wanted that to have a wider range of options for my Wi-Fi stuff because people are expecting 5 gigahertz, blah, 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 blah. And with something like this, that's really handy. This one is going to be funny with me. Yeah, it had a band of tape across here. I'm so good at paying attention. This one, on the listing, it had the exact number I was looking for. Well, the chip number. And so it should for sure be the chip that I'm looking for. But the reason I picked this up is because of, if I pull this packaging open, it'll probably, come on. Oh my goodness. Why you taste so good? 2 antennas on this particular board. So unlike this, which only gets one, this one gets 2, but it also has the quirk of having a longer cable to connect it up. So, yeah. So I can put my antennas on both of the sides here, and I can find some handy dandy way of mounting it onto here or what have you, casing it up. Got plenty of space on the bottom here. I could slap it there, but I don't quite want it to be permanent, but it does give me the option to run a whole line out so that I can have an extender off of this that isn't directly connected to. So it gives me options. They might be the exact same antenna. Well, are they? They might be. But the other one I was looking at was the Shadow. So there's a similar one to this, but it's got 2 antennas off the sides here, and it's gray. It's only slightly better than this one in hardware specs, but I think it would be really cool to have all the antennas. So if I go to my desktop, I can unplug my camera now. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so at the desktop, I can move that around. Don't need all this stuff in the way. So I can look for the Shadow Apple. Project on GitHub. So I was looking for under this one. So I believe it was this one that I searched for. But yeah, it had a few options on it. You can see here, Wi-Fi Mangoapple upgrade, Wi-Fi Shadow Apple. So the Shadow Wood travel router has the antennas for even better reception per se, because they're external, which gives me more options. And you can see same hub here. I believe there's a pretty similar, yeah, it's pretty similar, but yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see what I can mess around with on this, on these antennas. But yeah, they left the board plugged in when they sent it to me. What is this travesty? Anyway, so this is a project that I kind of pulled inspiration from. And this also gives me a lot of other options because I already had a separate Wi-Fi dongle that I later added to the Mango bag as well. So there's that. Yeah, that's basically most of the stuff there. So if I do ls USB, we've got all of our hardware plugged in. Then if I check it again, so this is the double antenna board that I've got plugged in. RT5572 wireless adapter. That is what I've got in here. So it should pass the sniff test for plugging into the Mango with OpenWRT, which I really do appreciate. So I can pull that off. And if I were to do an IPA, well, let me do that for fun, actually. There's a hardware button. What does that do? I don't know. It doesn't say very well. But anyway. So it does have the other option of being a network adapter if I really want it to be. Or I can use it with the Steam Deck for better connection per se. Let me double check. Yeah, we are. If I do an IPA, we can see I've got a WLAN 1, which is that particular adapter. So that does work quite well. I can add that to the Wi-Fi pouch, bag, hard case, whatever, and have that on hand with its pertinent antennas. Now, of course, it's fully possible that I got totally scammed and somebody just wrote the, pertinent information for onto the chip to say, yeah, it's what you're looking for when it's not really what I'm looking for. But I'm going to kind of decide to trust it. But anyway, so the next one then is that single antenna one. If I LS USB Realtek RTS 5411 hub. That doesn't tell me very much, but anyway. Did I have that hub up here early? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Shut the door. Yeah, I think that is cool. So they both seem to work, so that's good. I'm not going to do the IPA thing with this one. I don't think I need to, really. But yeah, I will probably check that they both work with the Mango later, but they can go into the hard case right now. And I might have to find a way to shell that double antenna one. But so far, I'm pretty sure they're both going to work with it. Yeah. I'm going to risk it and let it be. So, yeah, Mangoapple. This is the one I have. This is one that I'm looking at getting. So if I go to Amazon.co. Okay, let me... Oh, it's right there. So you can see it's $33. It's pretty cheap. And this will have both antennas on it. And with the configuration that I'm looking at, shouldn't be too much of a downside. And I can have a very similar configuration going. And I've looked at a couple other options that are beefier. But I think I'm going to stick with this one due to the portability of it. But I still have the option for plugging the antennas into some of the other routers that I've done videos on previously, because they've got USB ports as well. So it'll be pretty cool to mess around with some of that as well. So maybe I'll do some Wi-Fi Pineapple Cloner videos otherwise to mess around with stuff and show off what it can do, I guess. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.